Joe, another win, another test win in the autumn. 7 in a row now for Ireland, but what would you give that one if you were marking it out of 10?
Well, if purely on the result, it's a 10 because that's the result you get, but there's still plenty of things to tidy up there. It's, you know, a tough second half, and, you know, we probably got what you asked for at the start, where we got a mix of the two. In the first half, I thought we did pretty well, and then the second half, it became a bit of an arm wrestle. I did think, you know, we were in for a fourth try until a guy on the ground picked it up and ran the other way, which bemused everyone, I think. So we've got to be able to bounce back and get our defence set and keep them out. And I thought their 2 tries in the second half were quite similar in the making, just squeezing those little kicks through and behind us, and they finished them really well.
When you look back on this autumn series, what will satisfy you most about it and what you've been able to achieve with the players that you used?
I think it's the breadth of players we've used, the various experiences they'll have accumulated, and hopefully we can use that as a springboard to I suppose, develop those players further next time they're in with us.
Okay, you've got a Six Nations to look forward to now. It all begins in Paris against France. You then got 3 home games after that, so beat France. You're in a wonderful position, aren't you?
Yeah. The words wonderful position come after beat France, and so that's a complicated equation. First of all, I think, you know, beating France is always a big test for us over there. We lost 10-9 last time we went over, and you know, I think whatever you get, it is going to be incredibly attritional. So, you know, I think in the meantime, hopefully everyone stays sound through the European competition and the derbies over Christmas, New Year. We'll bank this Guinness series and be satisfied with elements of it, and try to work a little bit once we get back together on some of the things we want to tidy up, and hopefully we can springboard into that French game with a little bit of confidence and cohesion.
Eddie Jones told us the other day he reckons he's got 75 to 80% of his players inked in for the World Cup already. I mean, how many players do you know you're going to be taking with you, and how many spots are there up for grabs?
They're all up for grabs because nobody knows what's going to happen between now and then. We thought Robbie Henshaw was playing 13 for us until Tuesday, where he injured himself in training. So, you know, I think as soon as you make assumptions, you can be vulnerable. So I'm not assuming anything. I think with the other coaches, going to keep our heads down, work away, try to keep a close eye on how the players are going. You know, over the next extended period, really, it means Six Nations. It means away to Australia for 3 weeks in the summer, and then back into next November. That's when, you know, a year out, you might be starting to think about, I suppose, having an idea about some positions, who's going, and where you need to find some guys to go.
Any positions you still think you're a bit light in?
Yeah. Do you want a long list or the short list? Obviously, 10. We had Johnny and Keats. The rest of the 10s really are still developing, having lost Joey last week, Joey Carberry. So, you know, there's always a few risks there. But there are a number of positions where we've got guys out there, and they've done reasonably well. So, you know, I think there might have been 4 or 5 wingers who across the board had about 10 caps between, have about 10 caps between them now at the end of this Guinness series. So as far as that's concerned, you know, we're working on that, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah. Who's your standout performer in the autumn if you have to give it to one bloke?
Never give it to one bloke.
Oh,
it is very much a team-orientated effort, and I think it was a team-orientated effort today. I thought, you know, Jacob got a great flat ball from Johnny to get through, but he did a super job. CJ finished that try, but I don't know how many we had in that maul, but it was about 10 guys working.
Yeah, and Adam Byrne at the front of the line-out, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you've seen the size of him. He's a big boy, you know. We never used to do that with Das and Dricko there, but we've got some big boys. We might as well put them to work. Okay.